Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Movement Equation podcast, where we explore the science behind movement, performance, and health. I'm your host, Jeandre Wessels, and today I'm flying solo and diving into a topic that I'm very passionate about, one that affects every recreational runner, trail runner, and even your weekend jogger out there. Today's episode is called Pump Up Your Run, and it is about why weight training is a game changer for runners. So this episode was inspired by a blog post that I wrote a year ago, and I've had so many conversations about this topic with patients, athletes, colleagues, and even other podcasters that I thought that this deserves a deeper discussion and more people need to hear about this. So now all you runners, I get it. The idea of pumping iron might not be as exhilarating as hitting the open road or charging down a mountain trail. But trust me, embracing strength training will take your running to a completely new level. So whether you're training for performance or just trying to stay injury-free, this is a piece most runners are still missing in their program or their running routine, even with all the information that's out there. So in this episode, we're going to break it down into 3 parts. So the first part, we'll look at why weight training matters for runners specifically. The second part will go through the real benefits from injury prevention to performance. And then the third part is how to get started without turning into a gym rat. So whether you're aiming for your next personal best, running your first 5K, or coming back from an injury, this episode is for you. So, all right, let's kick things off by zooming in on the why. Why is strength training so important? Why does weight training matter so much for runners in the first place? Because, to be honest, despite all the miles you are logging each week, there are key areas like stability, muscle recruitment, and joint control that running alone simply doesn't cover. So the gap, it's where injuries, inefficiencies, and performance plateaus love to hide. So let's unpack what really happens in a runner's body and why strength is the foundation so many are missing. Runners often rely heavily on repetitive movement in one plane. So when you're running, you're only running or using one plane, one movement the whole time. So that builds endurance, fair enough, and it also creates imbalances. So weak glutes, underdeveloped hamstrings, and poor core control are things that I see every week in practice. Even in experienced runners like your comrades runners. I have a few comrades runners as patients, and these are the things that they are lacking, the strength in glutes and core specifically. So without strength to support movement, form begins to break down, and once form goes, the injury risk just skyrockets. Weight training will bring the balance to the equation. So it helps runners build tissue capacity, improve neuromuscular control, and stabilizes key joints, especially your hips, knees, and ankles. So now that we've covered the why, let's dive into what weight training actually does for runners. So I'm not just talking about building muscle. I'm talking about real measurable gains in your running performance. So your injury resilience and even your energy efficiency. So here's what I see in practice and why I think and believe that strength training is so important, because I just see the benefits every week in and out with my runners that come and see me for sessions. And number one is injury prevention. So stronger muscles support joints. Runners with a good posture chain strength have fewer ITB issues, shin splints, and Achilles problems. Second one is it improves running economy. So research has shown that strength training improves how efficiently runners use oxygen. So meaning you can maintain a pace with less effort. So you can run faster with using less energy. And the third one is increased force production. So every stride is a single leg plyometric movement. And weight training increases the power per step. So especially in your heels or sprints, which ties again to your efficiency in running. Fourth one is better posture and form under fatigue, and strength helps you maintain form at the end of a race when everything else is burning and starting to fail, and you just hold your technique for longer. Last one is neuromuscular control and balance, especially on trails. Single leg exercises like Bulgarian split squats or step downs dramatically improve the control and foot placement. And for those of you who are worried about bulking, this isn't hypertrophy training. The goal is to become strong, durable, efficient, and resilient, not bulky. So we're not trying to pump and lift up as heavy as we can. We just want to get stronger to support our running. So hopefully I've got you convinced, but that strength training is a game changer. But maybe some of you are still wondering how to actually start your strength training, and would you need to train like a bodybuilder? Is it going to take over your running schedule? And the simple answer is not at all. So I'll break it down for you into a simple and practical approach that you can take to start using strength training that complements your running and not compete with it. So here's where to begin. You're going to start with 2 strength sessions per week. That's it. It doesn't have to be long. 30 to 40 minutes per session will be enough. Second thing is focus on compound lifts like your squats, deadlifts, step-ups, and hip thrusts. And the important thing is you want to prioritize form and control over load. Include your single leg movements, so lunges, Bulgarian split squats, single leg RDLs. These build the balance and stability runners need. And then train the posterior chain. So these include glutes, hamstrings, calves. These take the brunt of the force when you are running. So it's very important to train those muscles to get them strong enough to cope with the load. Also add core workout like planks, alternating supermans, anti-rotation exercises like your pull-off presses, and most importantly is progress slowly. Runners are often A-type personalities, but in the gym it is better to go slow and stay consistent than burn out and get tired. So don't go to the gym, destroy, pick up those weights and go too heavy that you won't be able to complete your running session the next day. So to wrap it all up, weight training isn't just something extra for runners. It's a key part of building a body that can go the distance, stay injury-free, and recover faster. So whether you're pushing for a new personal best, running an ultra, or just trying to run pain-free, strength training is the piece that ties everything together. So if this episode sparked something for you, or if you're ready to take your training up a notch, check out the original blog post that inspired this episode. It's called Pump Up Your Run, and the link will be down in the description. And as always, if you found this episode valuable, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. It will really help us grow this podcast and spread the word out there to encourage better movement practices to more runners and athletes out there. So thanks for joining me today on the Movement Equation podcast. I'm Jeandre Wessels, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay tuned and keep an eye on the channel, because there are interesting and exciting episodes coming in the weeks to follow. I will be interviewing Yana, who is a Comrades runner, and she got silver in the Comrades this year, and I will be interviewing her so that you can hear her story, and she can share her experiences with you on how she did it, how she got there. So I'll see you on the next one.